The news media is all abuzz with the story of a Palestinian journalist who was supposedly killed in an Israeli strike in the Gaza Strip last night. al-Sharif was apparently a pretty prominent journalist for the Qatari-funded network Al Jazeera.
He was one of the most recognizable voices reporting from Gaza since the war began in October 2023. Among the few
from the mainstream media to just regular users on X, everyone seems to be mourning him as the latest victim of Israeli aggression in the Gaza Strip. Al Jazeera said this, quote, "The order to kill al-Sharif, one of Gaza's bravest journalists, along with his colleagues, is a desperate attempt to silence voices ahead of the occupation of Gaza." There's just one problem. He was a terrorist. Yeah, he was an actual terrorist and a member of Hamas. The IDF said this on X. Struck Hamas terrorist al-Sharif, who posed as an Al Jazeera journalist. Al-Sharif was the head of a Hamas terrorist cell and advanced rocket attacks on Israeli civilians and IDF troops. Intelligence and documents from Gaza, including rosters, terrorist training lists, and salary records, prove he was a Hamas operative integrated into Al Jazeera. A press badge isn't a shield for terrorism, and they are absolutely right. Just take a look at these pictures. Journalists don't carry assault rifles, and they definitely do not take smiling selfies with some of the most blood-soaked terrorist leaders on the planet. But this one did, and that's not even the worst part. Here is what this so-called innocent journalist posted on Telegram on October 7th, and this is absolutely sickening. He said this, quote, "9 hours and the heroes are still roaming the country, killing and capturing. God, God, how great you are." That was on October 7th, 2023 at 3:49 p.m. And as if that wasn't enough, here is a video of him walking alongside of the Hamas terrorists during the release of former hostage Agam Berger.
التاريخية الآن وحدة الظل تصل إلى هذا المكان، وهذه الصور عبر شاشة الجزيرة الحصرية، ونشاهد الأسيرة والمجندة الإسرائيلية. الآن نشاهد هذه المجندة الإسرائيلية التي
This is beyond ignorance at this point on the part of the mainstream media. The evidence is all out there in the open, yet they all refuse to call this man what he truly was, and instead they choose to demonize Israel. And even if a few of these networks do decide to later maybe retract their statements and issue an apology, it will be way too late and no one will see it. Once a lie has gotten out to the world, it's impossible to fully correct it. Take, for example, the New York Times front page story about the supposedly starving boy in the Gaza Strip. After it was proven that the boy was not starving, but was instead suffering from a genetic disorder, the paper issued a quiet apology on X, but by then the false story had already made its impact and hardly anyone saw the correction. Moral of the story is, and something that you guys definitely know by now, is do not trust everything that you see on the news. Guys, we're going to get into how it seems that all nations are turning against Israel in just 1 second. But first, Magen David Adom is Israel's emergency services system, which means that they're the first ones on the scene at every terror attack, rocket attack, car accident, heart attack, whether it's terror-related or not. They dispatch every ambulance in the nation, and they receive thousands of emergency calls every single day. They are the ones who are on the front lines of this seven-front war that Israel is still facing. Since October 7th, they've saved thousands of lives. They continue to do so every single day. They need our help, though, with Israel's resources strained to the breaking point with the ongoing war. Magen David Adom, they need more emergency vehicles, bandages, medical supplies, so much more to respond to every terror attack and also every other daily emergency that's happening here in Israel. People ask us all the time what they can do to bless Israel during this war. Well, this is one of the best ways that you can do that. You can be a part of making sure a Magen David Adom is equipped with everything that they need to save more lives here in Israel. Just go to savelivesinisrael.com to make a real difference today, or you can just click that link in the description below. It seems like every day I wake up and see that yet another country is turning against Israel.
Australia will recognise the state of Palestine.
Australia is the latest one to jump on the bandwagon, and they just announced that they will be recognizing a Palestinian state at the UN General Assembly annual general debate in September. And they are following in the footsteps of already the UK, France, Malta, Canada, Portugal, Germany, and Bahrain. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese said, quote, "It's humanity's best hope to break the cycle of violence in the Middle East and to bring an end to the conflict, suffering, and starvation in Gaza." And he also said that Australia received guarantees from the Palestinian Authority that there would be, quote, "no role for the terrorists of Hamas in any future Palestinian state," which is absolutely ludicrous, seeing as the Palestinian Authority actually pays the salaries of Arab terrorists to murder Jews, and these are the people that Australia want ruling a state right in the middle of Israel. New Zealand's foreign minister also said that they are considering the same move of recognizing a Palestinian state, and I wouldn't be surprised if they do. I want to make something very clear. The move to recognize a Palestinian state is directly rewarding terrorism. You murder Jews and we'll give you a state of your own in return. In an interview with Al Jazeera on August 2nd, senior Hamas official Ghazi Hamad made this very clear, and yet the world, of course, did not listen. He said that, quote, "the initiative by several countries to recognize a Palestinian state is one of the fruits of October 7th. Let that sink in. He said, "The initiative by several countries to recognize a Palestinian state is one of the fruits of October 7th. He went on to say, "We proved that victory over Israel is not impossible, and our weapons are a symbol of Palestinian dignity." He just essentially said that the world is rewarding them for what they did on October 7th. Guys, as more and more nations turn against Israel, it seems every day, let's stay strong in our support for Israel. Let's not get caught up in those fake stories coming out of the media and all over social media trying to demonize Israel. Zechariah 2 verse 8 says, "He who touches Israel touches the apple of God's eye. And let me tell you, all of these nations are treading on very dangerous ground by messing with the apple of God's eye." That's it for today, guys. Don't forget to check out Magen David Adom to make a real difference in Israel today. You just go to savelivesinisrael.com or click that link in the description below. As always, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.